Right, welcome back. Last time we went ahead and conquered Chaktamal, so State of Belize is now mine. Although it's going to take quite a bit of time to integrate that. Oh, just 3 years? Okay. Yeah. Personally, I'm hoping that it takes a while because one thing is for sure, my current average non-overseas autonomy is 46%. Well, point something probably. Well, okay, so actual average autonomy is 52.75%, but for the purposes of reforms, so it excludes the non-core states, which are these. So yeah. Hopefully I can get to some important reforms, like formalizing the administration is a big one. I'd certainly love to have that. Or enforcing sovereign law. I'm just hoping I'm able to expand the influence of the bureaucratic faction some point soon, so that it's big enough so that I can take care of that. Although it is entirely possible that in the next few months that the bureaucrats gain enough for me to formalize the administration. I would love for that to be the case, because that would make it so that state reach no longer decays on its own, and it reduces global autonomy, and also the slight increase in admin efficiency won't hurt either. Still, I would like for that to happen. The overextension is increasing my autonomy globally, which is a minor issue, but I think in most cases my latest autonomy improvements have made it so that that's not a problem. At least for now. In other news, I've been going through trade ideas. It's going to take some time, but eventually I'll get to the point where I can start expanding trade law for the burghers, although I do believe I'm going to need to expand their power first. Oh yeah, definitely. Eventually I'm also going to have to deal with urban law. Do I want to give the burghers more power so they can start handling infrastructure themselves, or do I want to integrate it all into myself? It's a question I'm going to need to answer at some point. In either case. And I'm going to have to give the metropolitans more influence for this, too. Probably. Well, I actually don't want to give them autonomy right now. I want to keep my autonomy low in the hopes of getting reforms. So, leaving that be for the moment. Leaving that be. Do I have a lot of money? Oh, that's right. Something I wanted to do. Right, that's actually pretty important. We've run out of amenity. The amenity rank is no longer high enough to sustain the urban population here, so I actually need to improve upon that. And to do that I need to build more infrastructure. How many units of infrastructure will I need to do that is the question I need to answer. 22 in order to get to the next rank, so 24 would be preferred. Not sure how expensive that is, but... Okay, so where's the build infrastructure? Here it is. Proof infrastructure. Approved to rank 4. 2 extra units prepared to construct. Okay, so... Yeah, I plan on building 24 units. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Well, the system itself doesn't seem to be broken, and as quite as buggy anymore, the interface certainly is. Okay, so it's gonna demand... Let's go for 3 parallelism. Because it appears I can handle about 1.5. Yeah. So construct the project. Now clear the selection. Probably should check my other provinces. Well, this province has 4 levels of amenities and a smaller population. This one could use more amenities too. Other... No, they're just building path. Okay. That's probably the aristocrats doing that. Could be the burghers though. Might even be the tribals. On the project infrastructure. Amenities to rank 3. Build 10 units. There are no amenities here, and I figure there is no urban population. Okay. Yeah, the amount of amenities is fine here. It's getting close. The real issue in a cob is the fact that there isn't enough economic goodness for the residents, which is why the population is actually reducing. Yeah, wages are just not high enough for them. I guess they just lack the property. Could be that food prices and whatnot are too high. It's too high as well. You don't have amenities. I just don't even have a city population. Okay. Same problem as with Icab. Stuff's too expensive. I'm fine with leaving the city as it is now. I'm not moving in, but I don't really have the wealth to do more infrastructure projects like this. Selection. Late medieval tactics. All of the elements of late medieval warfare are now present in our armies. Military tactics plus 0.1, combat width plus 2, and infantry shock plus 0.1. And Inns of Court. Admin efficiency plus 2, so that should help a little bit. Well, plus 2.5%. So that should help a little bit with the problems, but not a huge amount. Admin. Normally I would do a new idea right now, but there's just enough points for me to reform for the administration to finally formalize it, so yeah, trade ideas will have to wait some time. This is more important. Cost some stability though. Ugh. I can finally turn this into a state, which will reduce autonomy gain. At the very least, will slow down the rate at which Choctaw hits 100% autonomy, and I think will, for the most part, stop Ilmai's gain at 95%. That's, or not 95%, around 94%. Oh, and I also need a state core stuff. Ugh. Yeah, the rate of low... I'm not sure if the rate of noble levies is increasing or not. It's a little bit strange. I can't quite tell what's the case or not. Oh, so it's a so the territory modifiers of it's a territorial core rather than a full core. Oh, okay. So if I were to core this now, that modifier would disappear. But yeah. Should update to a plus 0.1, which is approximately 97-98% autonomy. Still have to spend admin points on coring the rest of these provinces, although it's not quite as important because none of them are capable of going below 100% even if I were to stay cored. Anyway, so these provinces are done coring, at least with regards to not presenting an overextension problem. I have done a minor, well, sort of reform. I have updated the provincial administration to become a formal administration, which has no effects. This is really good because it means two things. One, it's no longer providing me with extra autonomy, so my autonomy is actually decreasing. And two, my state reach no longer lowers on its own, so it will stay put if I don't actively expand the administration. Which I probably should do anyway, right? because a stronger state is always good for me. I've also managed to do one idea in trade ideas, although for right now I'm mainly ignoring ideas in order to focus on reforms, particularly in making sure I get what I need. Yeah, I think I should perform a show of devotion, or perhaps... But actually, I think I should lavishly endow the church. Yeah, it cost me less points, and really, I don't need the money. Yeah, in fact, the surprising quantity of... I think most of my tax money doesn't really come from taxes itself, actually. Yeah, most of my income comes from property. Jeez. My total revenue is 240.7. My income from property, not industry, but land, rural property, is 170.7. So the rest of that leftover 70 is a combination of all my taxes, fees, and rents and obligations, as well as the industry, although the industry itself is tiny. Yeah, it's mainly farmland and mines with some forestries. I don't have fisheries, so I guess the stuff that you get from fish isn't important enough. More down here, and I was hoping that maybe things will go well enough so that I could declare war without Tsin-Tsin-San joining in, but I guess that's not the case. So for right now, I'm focused on expanding the capabilities of my military. And, well, I'm not sure about land force limit. For the moment, I'm trying my best to keep it high, but due to the way estate loyalty works and whatnot, I might not be able to do so, although it seems consistently higher than it was previously. I'm not entirely sure why, but I think the best explanation is for the fact that my core areas are dramatically reducing in autonomy, so taxation is cheaper to do and more effective. Well, cheaper to do and as a result, more effective. For the same amount of investment, because I always invest 20 points every year. Which is pretty close to a fifth of the amount I generate anyway. I may decide to lower that in the future. I could do with 15 or even 10 points. But that's a decision I should make next time. Which is, yeah, I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.